Hello, everybody in Internet Land. It is your favorite salted coffee podcast guys back. As you know, it's just the three of us, three guys from New Jersey, talking about whatever's on our mind. I'm your host today, is Paul Z. With me is Devon McCann.
Hey.
And the doctor.
Hi. I don't have a
Brian
catchphrase
Koenig.
this time.
You had a good one last time.
You know what? It's not always about
I don't remember
catchphrases.
what it was, but it was
You don't
good.
always need catchphrases.
Dick butt.
That's a good
Dick
one.
butt.
That's my favorite one.
There you go.
That's better than last week.
Sure. All right. That
Whatever
works.
it was.
Anyway, as you know, we always bring we all bring a topic to the table. We just discuss it and pretty much talk about what's on our minds. And tonight we're going to start again with our
Everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite segment, and definitely our favorite segment.
It
is Beer Blitz, where we talk about a different beer that we bring, and we just kind of drink it and tell you what we think about it. So tonight we have Rogue Honey Kolsch. It is a German-style ale brewed with Rogue Farms Hop Yard honey, and it is 5% alcohol by volume, and it is made in... Hang on, give me a second.
Probably Germany. Is it
No,
Germany?
Oregon.
Ah.
Oregon. It's America.
German
Also
style.
known as the Germany of America.
Yeah.
Oregon is the Germany. I know Oregon is the Germany of America.
The more
It
you
is
know.
now. Yeah.
Knowledge is half the battle.
Dun, dun, dun,
You've been educated.
Anyway, so let's crack this open.
Crack them
Yes.
open.
And
You can open mine because you're kind.
That was a good
Sir.
one.
you get a better one this time. I like cracking it open on air. I think it sounds cooler. So
I'll
let's,
take two. I'll take all of them.
I was just passing it around because I'm working on this hosting thing.
Yeah, working
I'm
the
not the best
circle.
at it.
Circle jerking it.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
That wasn't what I was expecting.
I was expecting something being very hoppy because
Me too.
every beer they make nowadays seems to have hops in it. And
It seems a bit lighter than I.
Anytime I
expected it to
host,
be,
I go
too.
on a rant about hops. This time I'm gonna try to refrain
Now, can
from
we
that.
taste the honey though? That's the
Yeah,
biggest thing.
I can taste it's a little sweet.
Yeah, can you taste the
Yes.
honey?
Let me take another swig.
Yeah, I need one too.
I could kind of taste it. It's
It's
a little
so
sweet.
faint.
It's,
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not overpowering.
Yeah, it's-
I feel like
or
they
anything.
really could have, made it a little more powerful. And I mean, you don't want it so in your
No,
face
well,
that it's like overwhelming. or
If you have
anything.
a sweet beer, it's not exactly the best. It's
You
it's too sweet. Like
when last night I tried that UFO grapefruit beer,
Yeah.
that was a little too sweet. It's a little much.
it wasn't.
It
Yeah,
was
good,
good.
though.
It was good, but
the grapefruit was overpowering. It wasn't
Yeah.
for me.
It's a shandy. Like
yeah.
I can't have more than two of them at a time.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just-
it
Yeah,
gets
like
fine. Yeah.
the summer shandy. I mean, I don't think everybody here's probably had Kugel summer shandy. It's pretty
it's
awesome.
delicious.
Yeah, but then again, like I can only have like two of them tops.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they're
agree with
good.
you on that.
You know what the worst,
The
though?
Travelers, I've had that a couple. I've had
Curious
I can have
Traveler?
More, yeah, I can have more than that because they're not as sweet as the Kugels.
I've never had that one.
It's good.
Oh, bring it on here next time.
We'll get Mike's
Or
hard
lemon
Lemon
lemonade.
anyway.
shandy. Yeah, it's top notch.
Yeah, Mike's Hard Lemonade because
I have not. I haven't had that.
I haven't
in
had Mike's
like
Hard Lemonade
10
in about
years.
like a good.
Well, probably
No, it's
6,
been
7
more
years.
recent than that, but yeah, at least.
All those parties, which I'm foreshadowing a future topic, by the way.
Yes, we are.
All those parties where I used to drink it all the time.
Yeah.
Classic.
However, since that's, I'm the MC here, I'm gonna
Do we just?
pick who goes their topic first. We all have a topic, and who would like to start?
Well, do you just want to go into the drunk stories? Since
No,
we're talking
I want to.
alcohol?
I want to.
We can segue
work into it. I
from
want to
there.
work
Wait.
into it.
I feel like we haven't done enough to
On the
distinguish
beer?
the beer.
Yeah, that's true. We
'Cause,
also.
like,
You
see,
want
we
to?
should
Alright.
have like a system of going through the
Oh,
presentation.
we didn't rate it. We didn't
And
give
we
it
didn't
the
give it
cups.
the
We didn't rate
cups.
it.
We didn't do the
See,
cups.
did
See,
that.
we're working the kinks out. We're coming back after a long time of not.
Okay, so
Doing this. So
how many cups are we giving this? Cups of coffee, by the way, for those
yes,
who missed last
cups of
week's
coffee
episode.
full of salt.
This is episode 10, by the way. We're getting up there.
Yeah,
Da,
old.
da, da.
getting old.
It's a milestone here.
I rate it 3 stars. I mean,
Yeah.
3 cups of coffee.
Yeah, it could be a little more full bodied. It's missing that.
It's a bit, it's light.
It's light. It's nice tasting.
Which I like, personally.
Which is good,
Yeah.
but it's not quite as I don't know how to explain it. It's not quite as there as you want it to be. You
Okay.
taste it a little bit, and then it's kind of gone.
Do you just want more honey, or do you just want more?
I want more beer. I want to taste more
Everything.
beer. I pretty much just taste a little bit of beer, a little bit of sweet, and that's about it.
Okay.
I'm giving it 3.4 cups. Can we do
3.4
that?
cups.
I don't know
Can
if
we
we're
do
doing
that?
points. I think we're just
I
doing.
mean,
I
we
think
can
is
do
that
like,
too
we
much?
can do
By
like
halves.
3 and 3.5.
Halves. We'll do halves. All right, I'm
Yeah.
going to go 3.5, which
Okay.
is below last week's Beer Blitz beer of the week,
Which was Warsteiner, yeah.
which was the Warsteiner Winter. That I gave 4 cups.
Which, keep in mind, this is like July, so it's pretty funny that we found a winter beer in
Yeah.
the store.
Yeah. They should have. Was it on clearance?
I think it was pretty cheap, yeah.
Which I don't even remember because I don't pay attention. But I just throw money around like it means nothing
Yeah.
because I'm a boss.
And then I wonder when
Treat
it broke.
yourself.
Yeah. But
So-
I like the bottle, but I prefer my beers in clear bottles, like say Landshark, which I may or may not have in front of me as well, or Coronas, because I like to see the color.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to see the color.
Yeah, you like it a mystery, like leaving
Yeah,
it
I
to
mean,
the
unless it's
imagination,
poured in like a
like
draft.
a black satin
I mean,
nighty.
at the same time,
Poured in a night.
okay, that kind of stopped my...
No, it's leaving
train
something
of
to
thought.
the imagination. Never
Well, then
mind.
then that's
That was a
kinda
bad
what,
analogy. Let's move on.
Yeah, well, I was going to go with saying that the brown bottle for the beer
Yes.
is actually to protect against UV rays, because
Light
beer can get
protection,
hot
sure.
and cold. That
No,
doesn't ruin the beer.
I understand
It's light
the
coming out.
The
necessity.
science of
Yeah, the science.
tinted bottles.
Because
Sure.
if you're going to get drunk, motherfucker, you need to know how to do it properly. So, learn about beer
Yes. For
and
us
whiskey and stuff.
cultured veterans of
Yes.
the drinking game.
Yeah, indeed. I'd like to think we're, I wouldn't say elder statesmen, but
Not
Definitely-
quite, but we are
definitely
getting
seasoned.
old very fast, and it's making me
stop,
sad.
stop, please.
No, we're
stop.
not.
I'm going to cry.
At least I'm not. At least not mentally.
No, yeah,
young
me
at
either.
heart.
That's why I'm realize how old I am. Okay, so
Yes.
Anyways,
So anyway, that's enough on the beer. Let's
lift this
advance.
back up.
yeah, that was kind of negative. So okay, so one of you guys want to start and have a more positive, upbeat topic than this
A
one?
positive, upbeat topic, considering we're transitioning from Beer Blitz,
Yeah, but you kind of brought it down talking about us being old, bro.
but we are. Anyway,
Shut up.
So who's going first?
yeah. Whose topic is first? It's yours. Drunken
Oh,
parties.
well, come
Let's get
on.
into it.
Drunk stories.
Drunken stories.
Drunken
and
stories.
parties.
My first topic is going to be drunken stories. Now, I can guarantee you, all three of us have plenty of stories and things to think about when we've gone out drinking. I know we've all been drinking since before we were supposed to, together for the most part. I mean,
Not me.
whatever
I
statute
don't
of
know anything about
limitations
that.
there is on that is long since passed. So,
No, I'm just
No.
kidding. I started drinking at 16.
yeah,
I
pretty
don't care
much.
when it was it.
So, one of you guys, I got a ton of these stories. So, I'd like one of you guys to start first on your one of your favorite stories.
All right, I'll start a story. So this was one time at Devon's old house. I think this was in high school. Not 100% sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
But in Devon's old house, he had a large set of stairs. And for some dumbass reason, we thought it'd be fun to race down the stairs on our hands and
Yeah.
legs and knees.
Yeah, like human sleds.
Like human sleds almost.
I think
And
it was
see
actually there
see
for-
who would be the fastest to go down the stairs.
I didn't do this. I didn't partake, by the way. I watched and
didn't?
laughed. No, I didn't do it.
I don't even know who I was up
A
against.
lot of people did it.
I
though.
think I did it too. I just don't
I think
remember
you
a whole
did,
lot.
too.
I remember.
Yeah.
I think my brother did it too.
Yeah, and Brendan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Brendan
I
definitely did
I
it.
forget who I was up against, but I was at the top of the stairs, and one of you says go, and I just go for it. And maybe 1 or 2, 3 steps down, I must have slipped and misplaced my hand and just ate it and just slid down the whole stairs on my stomach and
You got, like,
went
rug
face
burn.
first straight into the floor. Yeah, I got like rug burn on my stomach.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
There's
But it was
photo
fucking
evidence of that,
hilarious,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I remember our former member of the cast, who is no longer with us.
He passed away.
Yes,
a long
he
time
passed
ago.
away a long time ago in a galaxy
living
far,
in
far
Ghost
away.
Preston Pepperoni.
Yeah, Justin Pepperoni, our favorite Italian. He is got a couple good ones about him. One where I don't remember where we were, but I remember him and somebody else arguing, and then we blink our eyes, and they both have their shirts off, ready to fight. I think
Really?
we might have been in Atlantic City with that kid Alfie.
Oh, I wasn't
Oh.
there for that. Yeah, but I've heard this story.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh,
And
God.
I remember the other one. Another Atlantic City one. We were there with Kenny, and it had to have been like 4:00 in the morning, And we came back up to the room, and I was so pissed off. I just wanted to go to sleep, and he wouldn't let anybody sleep. I don't remember who it was that convinced him to go out in the hallway, but he went out in the hallway, and apparently, he took a couple steps and just fell down drunk.
Yeah, me and Justin had to
out.
drag him through the hallway and get him to his room, and he.
Did he
was
sleep in the
fucking great.
bathtub? Was that same one?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
he
know.
did. No, he did.
But all I remember is someone walking through the hallway, seeing us drag him on the floor,
I really hope you're dragging him by his feet. It would have been even
and
funnier.
they just gave us the most like dirty look.
They probably thought you were going to rape him and take his organs out.
Probably.
Sell them on the black market.
Yeah, leave him in a bathtub full of ice without a kidney.
Yeah.
And he was grabbing like the food service trays on the floor next to the people's doors.
Yeah, like he was like so obnoxious about wanting to continue gambling and drinking, and I think most of us were out of money and just wanted to go to sleep at that point.
I'm kind of one of those people where I'm still out there on the floor at 5 in the morning, though.
Yeah, I mean, I like to go out, but when it hits and in my mind it clicks, I'm done. You know, I'm like, okay,
I
it's
like
time
to
go to sleep.
make it last as long as possible because I'm addicted.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Not to gambling, but to
just-
alcohol and fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
It happens. I'm sure you have some good stories you could share. And then I'll
Okay,
go
so
with my best
I
one.
remember. I'll start with
I'm involved
not
in
necessarily a drunk party, but the first time that I consumed the wondrous drink that is an alcoholic beverage.
Oh.
I was with Justin, and my mom went on vacation, and like she goes up to Pennsylvania to visit her sister, and my sister came over and like left like a case of Heineken in a cooler for us, and the two of us got like just shit faced, and like I'm saying shit faced, but I only drank maybe 3 beers tops. Consider I'm 16 and it was my first time drinking anything like that. So, and we walked to another friend's house who lived a few blocks away, and we kept stopping like in the middle of people's houses, like just stop. Like we were walking up and doing like snow angels on their lawns. So grass angels, if you will. And that's like all that I remember. And then like we did go back to my house. And my mom has a lot of fake fruit in the old house anyway, and she still does in her new house. Just for the decor. And we were taking the fake apples out of the little bowls, the little ceramic bowls, and throwing them across the kitchen, like trying to hit each other. And one of us like knocked over like a little globe that had like candles in it. So that was fun. There was also another party that, again, at the same house, that my brother had. And he used to work at Applebee's, and all of his Applebee's buddies and ladies came over, and, people were, like, throwing, like, lawn chairs and furniture in the pool.
Story.
And shit was getting broken, and the toilet downstairs was clogged, and, like, it overflowed, and we had to, like, borrow a shop vac to like clean up the water like in the freaking floor and shit. That was awesome because someone knocked over something off the septic tank into the toilet and flushed it down, and that's what fucked it up. But like
coffee cup or something.
No, it was just it's like a stupid little like ceramic figure that my mom has. Like she has all sorts of like weird little trinkets lying around, so like it was something like that. But like we had so many awesome parties in the time between I was like 17 and 21. Every time my mom would go away, we would have an awesome party.
Yeah, it was
there. So, and I have all the old pictures still like on my computer. It's great to like reminisce about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like we would make the Get Crunked mixes, if you guys remember them.
Yeah, I remember the Get Crunked mixes.
Like, and it was like mostly like Sum 41 songs and Bloodhound Gang and just
They all just went
some
by
stained.
alphabetical order.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
they're
did.
just kinda
So you
by
were,
band.
And you were hearing like 5, 6 Sum 41 songs in a row. So now, they don't work so well. But I think we had like 6 volumes of them.
Yeah,
We were always blasting that shit.
These are the days of
the high school, college
before
days.
MP3s being big and
So, like dancing like in our little like dance floor in the rec room that we called it. You know, that little space where I had the speaker set up. I can't remember any specific instances.
I'm gonna be throwing piss on DJ.
Oh, that wasn't even a party. That was just a random. I had this fascination with pissing on ice cubes because, and what I would do is I would get drunk and put a bunch of ice cubes in a bowl and then piss on it because of the heat from the piss would contact the ice cubes and it would like steam and crackle and make a sound. And I thought it was hilarious. And yeah, I did piss on ice cubes in a bowl and pour it on somebody, but you know, it is what it is. We were all young and dumb, so and you know, I remember the reaction. Is this piss? Like, nope, not piss at all. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Just water.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about the one party.
Oh my God!
Before you left Kings.
Well, I used to go to college in Pennsylvania, and I had an apartment my second year, and I would throw parties every now and again. And when I went to leave, I had to have been a month before I left, maybe 2. Before I think it was
like a month before you left.
Or 2, yeah. I made sure it was right before things got really serious with finals and stuff. So
called it your going out of style.
Going out in style.
Going out in style.
at the time the Dropkick Murphys album had just come out, and
Good record.
it is actually a very good record. So I mean, hopefully Brian can cut in a little song bite here when we do editing.
I'll see what I could do. I don't know, copyright reasons.
Yeah. I'm not paying Dropkick any money. Fuck that.
Yeah, they seem like the guys who'd sue you. Or they just like make us pay for their bar tab on like St. Patrick's Day or something.
That's more than likely.
Yeah, I'd rather them sue me. Anyway, so I invited a bunch of people over, and when they came over, I was in a suit, along with my co-host and my co-host, good friend Jake, who lives on the opposite coast. So, you know, hopefully one day we'll be able to invite him to join us on the podcast. He's an interesting fellow. So, plenty to say. But me
and Justin made this really strong jungle juice, blue,
and we had red too.
Did we have red?
Yeah, we had red. We had both colors.
I don't remember. I thought we just had blue.
No, we had both colors.
Okay.
I think we had 2 red and 1 blue. The blue was like disgustingly strong.
Oh yeah, that
was
fucked
like
so many people up.
Typical sips knock yourself.
So we had like 3 big containers of jungle juice, and everyone just drank that. And
I had people coming in and out that I didn't know, and like it was great. I had a good time. We had this guy we referred to as Rape Guy. Now, rape is a horrible thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to, it is. It's a horrible crime that people should be punished very severely for, and everyone agrees with that. But this guy had this for some reason he insisted on going on about it, talking about it, and
about how bad it is.
How bad it is. And everybody's like, yeah, no, it's fucked up. But after a while, he just would shut the fuck up about it. And something got him mad, and he just punched the wall in my apartment. And I guess he hit the stud in the wall because his hand busted open, and there was blood all over. Yeah, he had to have hit the stud. It was right by the corner.
Yeah.
So his hand is busted open. There's blood everywhere. And we kicked him out. Actually, I'm pretty sure my buddy Jake, who is...
he kicked him out.
Big Viking looking, about I want to say Jake's about 6'2", 6'3", about 250. He's a rather big, burly guy. Pretty much grabbed him and kicked him out. He ended up coming back for some reason later on. I don't know how he got back in, but we kind of just rolled with it. And we had all kinds of people coming in and out. We had like, I don't know if we had a smoke machine, but I know we had a laser. We had a laser light. I think we tried to get a smoke machine. I couldn't get one.
Yeah, we had a laser light.
We had a laser light.
I made a huge playlist.
We made a huge playlist, which didn't include a whole lot of dance music. Included a lot of like punk rock and stuff like that, and people seemed to still dig it. Brian's now future wife made him jealous there, so that was a good thing.
There was that.
There was that. I hooked up with this girl that I think I led on by accident, didn't mean to. Still kind of feel bad about that. Anyway, And there was wrestling.
Wrestling out in the hallway
Wrestling
area.
in the hallway between
near the elevators. It was like this big open area.
Yeah. It's just like
And there were two matches. There was one where
there was 3 matches.
Was there?
There's me and this one kid.
Yeah.
And then there's me and this other dude and this other dude.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 girls were wrestling. And I used to have
Very
the video,
nice.
and I can't find the video. It used to be on Facebook and everything, but I guess you can't post videos anymore.
On Facebook?
Yeah,
you can.
Or how it was posted. Somehow, I'm gonna look for it later.
It might be hidden somewhere, but
yeah, I'm gonna look for it. I tried to find it the other day, but it was just a great time all around. And when the party was over, I remember Jake specifically, or I looked at Brian and I said, "Okay, it's time." We turned the lights on like it was a bar, and we played that closing time song.
It's so cliche.
It was so cliched. It's so retro 90s, but it was perfect. As everybody got the point and started saying their goodbyes, leaving and everything, but we bought vodka, like Papa vodka and
Poop
V.
yeah, we bought like 2 or 3 handles of it at least. Like we had a lot of that shit.
Yeah, we had a lot.
And like Jake and everybody were making martinis at one point. Because we had better alcohol.
You guys made martinis before everyone came.
Yeah, but then they made martinis later. And we had groups of, myself, Justin, Jake, Brian, and a couple other people who we had better liquor. We allowed them to drink the better liquor, and we had the jungle juice and vodka for what I referred to. I remember at the time the exact wording I used was the amalgamated masses. And I think almost all the jungle juice was gone. To the point where they found my beer that I had hidden, and they were drinking that too. Because I calculated that it would be cheaper to make jungle juice and buy beer, and much more easy to dispose of.
And so like after the party, me and Justin stayed over at Paul's place, and before we were going to sleep, for some reason you had a Lenny Kravitz CD on your desk. I'm like, Paul, why the fuck do you have Lenny Kravitz?
I couldn't tell you I have Lenny Kravitz CD. I know I didn't buy it. It just appeared one day, and it's probably still around if I look for it hard enough.
And we were just making jokes when we were laying in bed just the entire night about how Lenny Kravitz sneaks into your room at night and spoons you while singing "Fly Away"
and other ballads of his.
And other ballads, and how he just comes out of nowhere, out of the ether. Perform sexual things to you.
Makes sweet, sweet love to you.
Makes sweet, sweet love to you.
So he just like appears out of thin air.
And there's one kid. There's one kid who looked like Lenny Kravitz.
Oh yeah.
He was one of the last people to leave, so I think it's probably where it came from.
Was it?
It had to have been connected at some point.
Probably. That I just wanted to make fun of you because you had a Lenny Kravitz CD. I don't know. I guess that you just had to be there.
It was good.
It was funny to us, but
the Lenny Kravitz thing's not funny. That's be funny. You have to be there. But it was just a good time, and part of me always wants to relive times like that, but it's pretty hard. I don't know if I could ever top that.
Yeah, it was one of the best parties I've ever been to.
Yeah, and I've been to a couple good college house parties, and
I still enjoy a good party these days.
Yeah, I mean, even though
beer pong and flip cup.
Yeah, even though you're pushing the big 3-0, you still like going out.
Everybody likes to drink and have fun.
Oh, like a house
there's
party?
No age limit on
I would love to go to a house party.
Yeah. We're kind of having one right now. In a way.
I know. So I don't know. There's not much else I can really go on this topic. I can continue on for hours upon hours if I really think about it, but we don't have that time. So we're going to segue to our next topic. And one of you gentlemen,
all for drunken parties. Nobody has a great drunken party story.
Listen. I want to save this topic so we can rehash it later.
Okay,
all right. So just one per person.
Yeah, one per person. So far, we've already done.
Okay,
that'll work.
Okay, so next
I'll go
one.
next.
Okay,
Herr Doctor.
So my topic is favorite concerts.
Okay.
Favorite.
Been to quite a few in my day.
I don't have that many
as well.
big ones. I have a lot more like smaller local bands.
Well, who have you seen then?
I like a regular venue. I think I've only seen Brian Fallon.
With the Gaslight Anthem or just Brian Fallon
by himself. Anytime I've ever tried to go to a Gaslight Anthem concert, something has come up where I was unable to go.
The only time I've seen Gaslight live was at Skate and Surf
in Asbury Park.
No, it wasn't at Asbury. It was up here at the Meadowlands.
Why wouldn't skate and surf be in Asbury Park?
Oh,
where you
no. I'm
skate and
thinking,
surf? Made in America? That was
no,
in Philadelphia.
Bamboozle?
Bamboozle, then.
Bamboozle, yeah. I always get them mixed up. I don't even think Bamboozle's around anymore.
No, I think skate and surf is still. Though.
Skate and surf, yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
But anyways, so what are some of your favorite concert experiences and bands that you've seen live?
My favorite concert that I've ever been to was at the Starland Ballroom in Sayreville, and I think it was my first show that I had really ever been to, like as an adult, basically. I think I was probably around 18, 19, and I saw Papa Roach.
Oh, I was with you.
Yeah, you were with me at that show. I was with my brother and a couple other people. I think they were touring in support of Paramore Sessions, so this is probably like 2005-ish, 2004.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was a while. So I guess I was in high school. So that was a great album, and they were just killing it. I actually saw them again a few years later. Still awesome, just not as good as I remembered them being the first time. But like the singer, Jacoby Shaddix, he did like a crowd surfing thing, and that was cool. So like I got to touch him, I got to touch his leg.
You're never gonna wash that hand again.
Never again.
He's never washed that hand, even after he wiped his butt with it.
Mm.
Well, all right. But yeah, like that was a great show. I saw. Actually, I'm lying. Fear Factory was my first show, and that was also at Starland. They were awesome too. I've seen a lot of bands over the years because I've
been to Starland. That was where I saw Brian Fallon. I actually really like Starland.
Starland is my favorite venue.
It's big enough,
definitely.
but it's not too.
It's intimate too.
It's intimate, but it's big enough where you can get a good amount of people in there.
I was there a few months ago to see Badfish, which is like the Sublime tribute band or whatever.
Right, yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody out here
it was
from
a lot
another,
better than I remember. I think because of Sandy, they had to rebuild a lot of it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's a different layout now. There's more bars scattered around.
Yep.
Yeah,
there's 3 of them now.
For anybody who doesn't know, that it's a venue in Sayreville, New Jersey. It's not huge, but it's not tiny. A lot of larger.
It's out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's across from
Journey Mill Road.
It's across from like a VFW or something, which is cool because when I went to the Brian Fallon concert, guess where I can go? To a fucking VFW. So I went to the VFW and got trashed right beforehand.
Excuse you, military man.
Hey, come on. I got to take every cheap drink I can get. And went over there and was already half in the bag. I actually met Brian Fallon's parents.
Okay.
Did I tell you that?
What did you say?
No, you didn't tell me
Thanks
that.
for fucking and making a kid that I like his music.
No. When we got a parking spot, right? Me and my buddy Tom went. Then we went to the VFW because we're sitting there. We're like, we got like an hour and a half to showtime. Because you expected to be a lot worse traffic. So it's like, hey, VFW, or remember, it's a VFW or a American Legion, one or the other. I remember the American Legion. So we looked at each other. It's like, well, we get shit faced. No, all right. Just went across there, got a couple drinks, came back, and there was a couple. The opener was playing, and we went. It was like, okay, we're drinking, go out, get a smoke, and there's a couple trying to find a parking spot, trying to fit in a spot. And they're talking to the security guy. They're like, oh, well, our son is the headliner, blah, blah, blah. And I offered them my parking spot, but they refused to take it. I mean, I thought, regardless of how famous and rich the guy is, it's still his mom and dad. So I thought the human thing to do is offer them my fucking parking spot. I mean, I can get another parking spot. It's not a big deal, But they declined.
So they didn't take it.
No, they declined, though. They said, no, we can't take your parking spot.
Did you say anything like, oh, I'm a big fan, or...
I didn't think I needed to. I was there.
Do you introduce yourself, shake their hands, give them hugs, butt slaps, none of that?
No, I didn't want to. I'm not going to go like that about it. But
autographs.
I would have loved to get an autograph. The cool thing was, I mean, I'm a big Gaslight Anthem fan. I think Brian is too. And
I'm not, by the way.
Yeah, you're not.
We've discussed this in a
yeah,
previous
well,
we have.
Suck it.
Hey, I like 45. That's a good song.
Yeah, it's a decent song. Anyway, it was cool because it's a small enough venue, and it's intimate enough. And Brian Fallon, who's a singer from the Gaslight Anthem, this is his own personal, stuff he's doing, is actually from New Jersey. So it was pretty cool that he was talking to us about stuff, and he was sharing stories and everything, talking to the audience. And one of the stories he was telling about was he was talking about pork roll, egg, and cheese, and how when he was on tour in California, I think it was San Francisco specifically, that he tried to find he walked out of his hotel room and he was trying to find a drink. He wanted a can of soda. He's like, it's so hipstery that he couldn't find he couldn't find a fucking can of Sprite because everything had to be so hip and healthy.
In California?
Yeah, in California. He couldn't find. I said I couldn't find a fucking can of Sprite for the life of me. So he just got pissed off and got whatever.
Called Sprite.
Whatever.
In California.
Weird, he said he got whatever weird shit they had and it sucked, and he went back to his hotel room,
Yeah.
disappointed. And so then he stated how he wanted to get pork roll, egg, and cheese after the show, and everyone started cheering because almost everyone's from New Jersey, and that's the way it is. So anyway,
Yeah, we cheered.
So anyways,
I'm not. Well, listen, I'm not good at that story. It's the only fucking real concert I've ever been to, beyond one I took my mom to for like a Springsteen cover band, which was at Stone Pony, which is also on the shore in a nice
Another
small
cool venue.
It's a really cool venue.
I went to. I saw Shinedown there with Skillet and Seven Dust.
Yeah,
I've never been to Stone Pony
it's
yet.
a very storied venue, and a lot of big bands have played there. A lot of people who've gotten their start on the Jersey Shore have played there. It continues on, and I'm glad it didn't get destroyed by Sandy because that would have been a lot of history that was lost. So anyway, I got all historical on that. So somebody else go because I don't have a lot of stories about concerts.
So a couple of my favorite concerts. Probably the first time I saw Manson was at Mayhem. I was with you.
Yeah, and Slayer played with them too.
Yeah,
right?
Slayer
I'm
always
not
opens
into
for
them,
them,
so.
which kind of sucks because I hate Slayer.
Yeah, I'm not.
But first time I saw Manson, he was probably my favorite musician, and the live concert was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. He does a lot of theatrics in his concerts.
Yeah,
A lot of showmanship, a lot of special effects and props that he uses.
right.
It was just
Wasn't
kind
there
of
like a massive chair or something?
there was a massive chair
Yeah.
that he was singing in. There was like a platform that raised him up way, way above the audience.
Okay.
And he was singing the love song.
Right.
Yeah, it was a great concert. Then I saw him again in 2009 with this girl from college.
Okay.
He wasn't as good. He was losing his voice, and he wasn't using as many props and shit. But
Right.
I still enjoyed it. Besides from that, Queens of the Stone Age.
Okay.
That was a great show. I went with Meg. We were way up in like the nosebleed section, and people were smoking a ton of ganja, and I pretty much got a second high
Nice.
from being up there. It
Awesome.
was a great show, a great live.
Okay.
I think I forget who opened for them. I want to say doesn't say anything. The Kills. Yeah, I don't know them. Don't listen to them. Let's see what else. Foo Fighters was great.
Okay.
One time we went to another Mayhem. Me, you, a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
We saw
that was great.
Disturbed, Godsmack.
Godsmack, Megadeth, and Trivium, and so they had some like second and third stages that had some bands like Machine Head, Unearthed, and
I mean, I only really care for Godsmack
Yeah.
and Disturbed, I guess. But
Yeah.
even then, I
That
can't.
was like big festivals like that, especially like metal festivals, are all about the tailgating, not the show
Tailgating
itself.
before that was fun as hell.
Yeah, like just chilling in the parking lot, having drinks with friends, and like that was a blast. Running around and like throwing a football back and forth or whatever.
That was fun.
A lot of things
Yeah.
are just about that. Like,
Oh yeah.
if you go to like playoff hockey,
Oh,
show up like 3-4 hours early.
going
and
to
it's-
those, I love going to Devils games.
Yeah.
I went to 4 this year, and I'm gonna try to go. Like my goal is to go to at least 1 game a season, but I went to 4 games this year, and yeah, I get drunk every time. It's awesome.
Mhm.
I had awesome seats last time, so that was great. I was in like row 13 of like
See,
the
I-
bottom with the leather seat section.
See, I don't like that because I like
I
being
love-
up in the nosebleeds where it's completely socially acceptable to be a drunk douchebag.
See, I don't really care.
I do.
But anyways,
Anyway,
I
that's
like the
not a
carrying
concert, so
Yeah.
Dropkick Murphys. Seen numerous times.
Yeah, I'm jelly.
I know. First time I saw him, it was with me and Kenny. But you guys came up to the city with us,
Yeah, I remember that. We tried to
and I
scalp
got
tickets.
hammered.
Oh, I remember
beyond
that. And
belief.
you
I was
almost-
falling over people in the
You
subway.
were falling over the people
I
in
was
the
that
subway.
guy.
He was falling over the people in the subway to the point where the NYPD cops weren't going to arrest him because he was drunk. They were just laughing at him because he was drunk.
Yeah.
They were watching, pointing like laughing at this guy who's
Yeah,
stumbling over.
I didn't
falling.
even know
They were
that until you
cracking up.
told me later.
Yeah, they just laughed their ass off and got off the subway.
I had 2 big cans of Foster's on the train ride up
Yeah,
there.
Foster's fat asses.
I had 2 more Spottins when we stopped and got pizza. We had
I think it was
the
the
shots.
I think it was the Optomater too, the one that's like 10% alcohol.
Yeah.
The big one.
we got shots at that one bar. It was like 5
Oh.
shots for $10,
Yeah, the Continental.
and I think I had 2 or 3 shots.
Yeah,
Of something.
I know.
Jameson?
I think we had Jameson. We had Rumpelmans. We got a bunch of different.
Oh, we got a variety.
We got a couple trays. So you
Okay.
had
And then
a considerable amount of alcohol.
And then I
that
was
night.
drinking. Meg came up with a mixture to put Bailey's
Bailey's
in
in a McDonald's milkshake.
McDonald's chocolate milkshake.
It just tasted like.
And that's when I
caramel,
started
actually.
to fall over people.
And then didn't you drink more in the concert?
Yeah, then I got a beer in the concert.
Yeah, that was actually my other experience of the concert. Was we tried to scalp tickets because we didn't buy tickets in time. So it was me, Meg, and Justin, and we went to a small venue called the Bowery Electric and just watched a bunch of like small bands.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah,
I had a good time.
I definitely like the smaller
Yeah,
venues.
it was cool. It was a fun time.
Have you ever been to Brighton Bar?
Brighton Bar.
It's in Asbury. It's a very, very small venue, but that's
I've heard of it. I have yet to
I
be
feel
there.
like I've been there, but not for a show.
So a band-
Yeah, that's probably the
to
case.
just to drink, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I've
it's
gone
bar
drinking
also.
at Asbury Park a lot.
But yeah, I was there. I saw a band called Mustard Plug, just a ska
I know
band.
what Mustard Plug is.
Yeah, I was there with Joey, Meg, and Tommy.
Okay.
I also got shit faced that
They
night
used to
too.
be really big, so to be playing in a small venue. You know,
There's a good amount of well-known people that play at Brighton, even though it's like really tiny.
I mean, you know.
Saw Dropkick again, skate and surf. They were playing in the rain, and they had to
I
cut
remember that.
They had to cut the set short.
I tried to go, but I couldn't. I had like military drill. I couldn't get off. Or
Yeah, I
couldn't get off of
tried
work
to
or
get you to
something.
come.
And I tried to go. I couldn't. There was a reason why I couldn't go. I don't remember what it was. And then the day of my birthday, I tried to go to something with Gaslight and a couple other people playing in Battery Park, and I couldn't get anybody. I don't think I could get anybody to go with me, or I couldn't get off of work. There was a reason why I couldn't go, and it sucked. And I was pissed. And then I bought tickets to a Gaslight show. This was recently, like a year and a half ago, maybe, and I couldn't go because I couldn't get off of drill. They changed my drill schedule, and that weekend went from being an open weekend to a weekend where you're drilling. So I couldn't go. It sucks sometimes.
But yeah.
Thank you,
Have you
National
guys ever seen a band that's been bad live?
I have.
Who?
It's probably a band you guys don't know, but Nonpoint. I saw
I
them.
think I've heard of them.
Yeah, they had a few like hit-ish songs
Like
like
back
in the
in high
late
school?
90s, early 2000s ish. And yeah, they just they're still around, and they actually just put out a new album 2 days ago, actually. But they were not good live. They were opening for Mudvayne. And they were awesome.
I would expect Motivating to be good.
Yeah, I've seen so many bands over the years. I saw Rise Against.
Oh yeah, I
in
saw
Atlantic
Rise Against
City.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
House
yeah,
of Blues.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
when
were
I
there with
went.
us.
That was a good one. Fuck, can't believe I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that was good. I think Thursday opened for them. I was mad because Billy Talent was supposed to play there, but they didn't. Like,
Yeah, I think Thursday was playing.
yeah, that they weren't there. So
Yeah,
I saw In Flames, one of my favorite bands. They played at Starland. That was like a year ago. Most recently, I went to a show at the Wonder Bar in Asbury to see Shaman's Harvest, Failure Anthem, and
nobody knows who that is.
yeah, I know. I didn't even know those bands, but it was a good show from what I got to see of it. Because I was wasted. So I saw the Goo Goo Dolls years ago.
Yeah, I
in
went with you.
Camden. Yeah, you
Yeah.
were with me for that one
They
too.
were good.
They were solid.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
fine.
I think they were. That was like the Let Love In tour or whatever.
Yeah, it was like 2006.
six. Yeah, 2007, something like that. They were good.
Get my ARP card later.
I've seen Slipknot at PNC. That was good. Lamb of God, Chevelle, Bullet for My Valentine. I've seen so many bands. Puddle of Mud. Over the years, I couldn't even tell you. I've probably seen 100 bands. I go to concerts frequently. Five Finger Death Punch was awesome at Starland also. Starland has great shows. So I'm going to see Trapped in a couple weeks. Yeah, they still exist. Trapped still is around.
Where? When?
They're
When
still
and where?
around.
I forget.
When and where? Because I'm interested.
I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm seriously interested.
I think it's like
All right, go for it, man.
in 2 weeks. My friend invited me, but I forget where it is. But while I look that up, I'm trying to think of other shows that I've been to.
Been to Less Than Jake.
Okay.
See what else have I seen? I've seen Black Keys. I've seen.
I mean, I see the poster on
I
your
got
wall.
the
So, yeah.
got the gig poster behind me. Same with Queens of the Stone Age. I've been to a lot of ska shows recently. I can't remember. Skate and Surf had a bunch, so I saw Big D and the Kids Table. Saw Thrice was playing there too.
I was supposed to go see them last month, and I ended up going to a party. They were playing at Starland.
Mm-hmm.
So
4 Years Strong. Drawing a blank. I don't know. I used to see like a lot of arena bands, like Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
But I definitely like the more intimate
oh, definitely.
venues, like
Yeah,
just
like I was
Starland
saying,
and House
like,
of Blues. Like I don't even know half
Starland, and if Brian Fallon's sitting there talking to the members of the audience, that's pretty intimate.
Yeah. Of Monsters and Men. Yeah.
Okay, so Trapped is playing at the Stanhope House in Stanhope, New Jersey on July 29th. Which is it's a Friday. It's about 3 weeks
I'm
from
off.
now.
I'm off. I think I'm off that day.
So I'm trying to see from their website tour dates if they're playing with anybody else.
Well, anyway, I think that's enough time on that topic.
$20, 6 o'clock.
Okay. So
we've been on that topic for a good 25 minutes at least.
yeah.
So, and it started dragging after a while. So I think we should transition to our next topic.
Yes.
The future.
Yes.
Future.
Future.
So this is my topic.
Futures today.
And it's about human augmentation and AI. And specifically
AI
AI
and robotics.
Yeah, and the nature of human and robot relationships, romantic relationships, or how like they're going to pursue civil rights. Or
See,
I'm interested in this.
I got a whole different thought process now, and I'm very narrow-minded with it, because when you say robot human relations, I'm thinking of playing Roomba Pong, where you put beer pong cups on a Roomba and put it on a table, and you have two of them, and you're trying to sync it while it's moving around the table.
That sounds pretty fun, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
actually,
freaking awesome. I want to do that so bad.
I don't have a Roomba though. We should go buy Roombas.
My
like,
buddy
tomorrow.
has a Roomba, and I know two people with him.
Huh.
So we can definitely get this to work.
Awesome. But yeah, so this is something that I think is going to happen in the future. That we're really trending in that direction. It may not be for a while.
You think it'll be within our lifetime?
Yeah, I do.
I think so too.
I think we'll be old though.
Yeah. I mean, it could
Yeah.
be 50, 60 years to the point where, I mean, we already have human-like robots, but it's not to the point where you can't distinguish between them.
We already
between
have
humans.
operating systems that can think for themselves.
Right.
But
Look at like
Skynet.
yeah, no, like the Amazon Echo.
yeah,
So that like, or even just talking in your phone.
like Siri.
Google this, it's Siri this, yeah. So, I think it's a fascinating thing that is just going to happen. It's going to be a thing that we all have to deal with and live with in our lifetime. So I'm curious to see how you guys think that we're going to, like, how this is going to affect society for these robots and for us. Like, is it going to, do they exist just to aid us with things, or do they live their own lives? Do they go for their own rights? I mean, they think autonomously.
Well,
so.
it's all going to start out with them helping us do things, be it jobs or fucking
Right, but then they become sentient and they want their freedoms, and
right. But they're not going to like the
they
first
unite
line.
and they rise against us.
The first line of AI robots or whatever are not going to be smart enough to
Sure.
It's like self-realize to have like
Yeah.
And be aware of themselves.
be aware of themselves.
They will
yeah.
not be self-aware.
That may be like the fifth
Skydiving is
generation
not
down.
self-aware.
Like,
But
it's
we
gonna
will.
happen.
But we will get there. Though.
We will get there
At one point, I mean, I for
I'm not-
one, have got to be honest and say I'm a little worried about a whole Terminator Skynet thing.
I don't.
I'm not scared of that.
No.
I know people like Elon Musk and Bill Gates are like, yeah, we need to be worried about AI because they could fucking turn on us, which can happen, but I don't think it will.
I think it would be in a way of any other civil rights movement where they're not just going to just start buying guns and kill all the humans.
It depends on if we abuse
kill
robots at
humans.
all.
Right.
Also, like
Yeah, if you are polite for
fucking
are polite and
torturing
respect
them
yeah.
or like for our own pleasure or whatever. Or, I don't know. But
See, I also like can you program emotions into the system, like into the AI, like
I think you can. I mean, I don't think it, I don't think we could
Like, it
none
won't
of the
function
three of
at-
us can't comprehend figuring that out. And
well, of course not, but
but
I think that's the most fascinating thing about it is if they can quote unquote feel emotions, and you can argue whether or not they are feeling anything, but if they perceive themselves to be feeling as they understand the term feel, then that makes things interesting, and like how we can, not specifically, of course, because we have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
right.
Yeah, this is like a
The
little
programming of the AI. I just this is something that is going to be explored, and it's somewhere that society is going to go. Technology is advancing at exponential rates monthly at this point, with new iterations of everything coming all the time. So I just think the thing that intrigues me the most is once we get over the hump that this is a thing, this exists, and they have civil rights, and then people start having robot companions for partners and marriages, and like, can we procreate with AI partners? And like, how do we work all those things out?
I mean, intercourse with the AI partners, I would assume.
Of course,
Yeah,
that
I
will
don't
exist.
think we can ever procreate with them.
I mean, you can't just.
But what
jizz
if
inside a
we
robot
waited
and have
another
one
200
come out?
years though?
I don't know.
And
Then
they
that's
could
some weird
Then I'll be
Matrix
fucking
shit we're
dead and it
getting
doesn't
into.
matter.
But then, see, that's how we can differentiate.
I don't think we'll ever be able to procreate with a robot, but I think there will be.
Robosexuals.
No, I think there will be a singularity between technology and humans.
Okay.
Whereas, like, this is more augmented.
People with robot arms that function just as normal arms.
Yeah, and the fact that we can maybe upload our consciousness onto
A cloud,
the interweb
right?
or whatever the fuck it's going to be. So I
would try that.
think
So
I think as we evolve, we'll become more machine than human.
So cybernetic organisms with
so-
living tissue over a metal exoskeleton.
Yeah.
could be. So if we're
I
uploading,
think both of these things will happen. I think we will have AI robots, and I think we will eventually become
immortals,
essentially
because
immortals.
if we're
in a way.
uploading our consciousness into the internet or the cloud or whatever, and like you assume you'd pay for a service to. This is basically the freezing of Disney's head or whatever, like
Sure.
in a way, where you are keeping that consciousness in a safe place that's protected, so that you can come back as yourself, but as a robot. Though you have a robot body with your own
But-
mind and thoughts
so
and
it's-
emotions.
I might be going way too deep, but is there even a need to have a body at the point where your consciousness is essentially traveling somewhere else?
I would want a body. I like
You'd want-
I like a lot of the physical things you can accomplish.
See,
Alright.
by consciousness, like that's just our mind as it exists on its own. It's not. We're not seeing things.
Right.
We're not feeling things. It's just personality and thought, and that's kind of it. And like whatever knowledge base that we've gained in our lifetime prior to whenever we pay for that service.
Right.
So like, it's hard to like. We cannot wrap our heads around what that even means of just it being the consciousness. Like, can
you
you
seen-
imagine just your thoughts without any context? Because
it's hard for me to picture that, but I
because
have
we've
thought
seen
about
things.
it. It's
so-
have you ever seen the movie Her?
Yes, twice. Great movie. Love it.
Her?
You know Her
I have
with
not.
Joaquin
Joaquin
Phoenix.
I have not seen
and
it.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
So basically, at the end of the movie, spoilers,
Yeah.
the AI consciousness or the AI operating system essentially just disappears and leaves
Right.
with all the other AIs.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of like thinking about. Like, they don't need a body. Where do they go with all that knowledge and information?
Yeah, and like when they leave, they're not like, where are they leaving to?
Exactly.
No one knows. It's just the ether, the oblivion.
Right.
Or, like, no one knows. But it's that they are so advanced that they understand that they don't need to be in the lives of the humans.
Right.
So that they
So we'd go
come to the understanding that that's just not
so,
part of
yeah, so
the
we
way
would,
of
we
life.
we could go from essentially having outstanding technology, to low technology again, because the AIs who are part of that technology would just leave.
Right, and we have no context or understanding of what that even really means.
Yeah, they would just beat feet and get out of there.
Right. It's kind of like a weird religious argument that you can make too. That
a
Right.
rapture.
right. So
I think we got
like,
really deep.
like
in
we
this.
cannot comprehend
Yeah,
God
maybe
and
my
what
fault.
God
I
is.
think we
and
got
what
a
God
little too
means.
deep, and I was kind of really hoping to make this more of a funny episode.
Let's have sex with robots.
Oh,
Oh,
I would have sex with a robot.
the machine vagina
Yeah.
I felt the same
vibrates.
way. It feels the same. Why does it make a difference?
Yeah.
I don't know
And
why
I
I'm
mean,
Italian,
and
but
if there's no way that science figures out how to procreate with it, then you can just come inside all over and over and over again. Fuck it.
it's exciting
pretty
times.
Yeah.
Well, now that was interesting. I think that one wraps that one up. I'm not sure about you guys.
Anything else to?
Anything else to add to it?
Add to
Nope, I don't think so. There was another movie that came out recently that kind of tackled this a little bit.
Was it
Ex Machina.
Oh, Ex Machina.
That came out probably a year or so ago.
That was a good fucking movie.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
That kind of is looking at the point of where they're going to turn against us, as opposed to, just kind of understand that they're not part of our. They don't need to be part of our.
I'm
lives
definitely
and our
one
existence
for
and
that thought process that they're going to turn against. us
I don't think
eventually.
so, because I think that an advanced mind would
It would also depend on the robot. Like, if they're as advanced as we're talking about,
and
it
they
would
have their own
depend on-
personalities and stuff
robot.
and their own emotions, then then it could depend on a case by case individualistic basis. Then, so, but I did. That was a great movie. That I liked the way that they tackled that, and blurring the lines between man and machine. It's I don't know how else. I keep saying the same words, but I'm fascinated and intrigued.
Oh yeah, so am I.
It's an awesome topic.
Yes.
I hope to see it.
While
sometime
I'm
before I die.
fascinated, I'm
Yeah.
also a little wary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all are, but I want to see it. I want to
Well,
see it happen before I
I mean,
die.
I'm gonna come from my perspective, from what I know, that some of the machinery that weapons, like from what I've seen, like the weapons of war that are used through a computer, sometimes what they're capable of. Now, humans control that. I haven't seen a lot of these things function, but I understand the practical application of what they can do. Such as like a Predator drone. I've never seen it actually fire a Hellfire missile, but I know, roughly what a Hellfire missile can do. And if that drone starts thinking for itself, or another hive mind computer thinks for it,
yeah, I guess that's the scary part.
that's
of
the
it.
scary
It's just-
part.
it's the
And that's the part
weaponized
that I'm thinking of.
shit.
So that's what makes me a little
I think
hesitant
that we
to be okay with it.
each individual
We'll have to.
robot would be its
Yeah.
own AI that's based off of kind of
Well, yes
a
and
prototype.
no. I think that could eventually come to place. And when that's
or maybe we'd
When
be
that's the-
given the power
what it
to
is,
program
it's-
them ourselves, or have a technician like the Comcast guy come and fix it the way that we
Yeah,
God,
want.
please don't let Comcast make robots.
yeah,
but that we would
that's
have our
awful.
own private, person to pay and come and
Right.
fix the robot when it's malfunctioning, or it didn't give the response that I expected it to, or it disobeyed my, command or whatever. Like,
Shoot it
yeah, it would just be like any
with your
other
laser rifle,
right? Any other
with your
piece
blaster.
of technology.
Get in your TIE fighter and go buy a new one.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have CP3 out in the future, then we'll be fine.
Yeah, he was an annoying little fucking asshole. Oh, Master Luke. Oh.
Yeah.
He's just annoying.
Yeah. I think that wraps up our.
Yeah, that
our
really
third-
does wrap it up. It got pretty intense and deep there at the last part of that.
That's what happens when you
I
have
would
alcohol.
That's what we're
prefer
all
it to
about
have been
at
funny,
the
but
Soft Coffee Podcast.
hey, it is what it
AI
is.
and
Talk
fucking them
about
robots.
drunk stories and deep AI shit.
Yeah, I still think that I for one, I'm not happy about the impending machine overlords that we're gonna have, but
At
that's
least
just me.
when by the time that this does come to fruition, we'll all be old enough where we won't care and we'll just die soon anyway. So.
Yeah, that's probably
Or maybe
true.
we'll become immortal, and we have our consciousnesses up.
Well, that reminds me of a
placed into new bodies.
yeah, that was a was
could
it
never
a
die.
Twilight Zone episode.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Right.
We should do that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, if I could afford it.
I could do that, but just go watch the
No
Twilight.
one's. It's gonna be so prohibitive.
Legit, just watch the Twilight Zone episode because it'll be more interesting than me actually just explaining the episode.
I
So
believe you.
watch it. Anyway, so I think that probably
I think
wraps
that-
it up for the night.
How are we running
so.
on time? How did we do?
Yeah,
56 minutes.
56
Perfect.
minutes. That was pretty good.
That's right where we need to be.
So, I guess that
Sign
wraps
us
up another Salted Coffee Podcast episode. Glad to be back. And it was a pleasure. And we will see you again later, Internet.
Goodbye.
Peace out.
Bye, Internet.